Avengers Infinity War is just about to come out, but you know what we were thinking? Marvel movies lack a lot of significant character deaths. We've spent a lot of time thinking about which characters deserve to kick the bucket the most to bring you the 10 that are totally gonna die. Is this a troll video? Kind of. Hey, I'm Nervous Nick for Screw Tags Top 10 Avengers that should die in Infinity War.
Number 10.
Let's just get a probably obvious one out of the way. You know that yellow rock in Vision's noggin? Gee, I wonder what Infinity Stone hunting California raisin might want to rip it out of his face. So far, we've only seen a glimpse of what Vision is capable of, which, to be honest, would make his death that much more tragic. Not only would it be amazing and so gruesome to see Thanos tear the Mind Stone right out of Vision's head, but it would also be such an emotional moment in the MCU. We wouldn't just be saying goodbye to Vision, the only guy besides Thor worthy of holding Mjolnir, but it would also be the end of Jarvis, who's been there with us from the beginning of this whole crazy ride. Someday, whether it's in Infinity War or beyond, I'm gonna really miss Vision and his awkward attempts to be human. But for real though, is it really that hard to wrap your mind-stoned mind around doors?
Number 9.
Drax's entire character arc has been centered around getting revenge and killing Thanos.
It's really Thanos I need to kill.
Yeah, I know it's not very likely, but it's almost fitting that he would sacrifice his life for the cause and be reunited with his family. Side note, imagine Drax as a dad and all the awkwardness that would come with that. Like, how would he answer his kids' questions? Daddy, is Santa real? Where do babies come from? Why do people die?
Finger to the throat means death.
We think Drax's death would be a good one because it would both make sense and actually mean something. Plus, if he lives, we'd have to sit through another movie filled with Drax is the literally literal shtick. Hey, don't get me wrong, it's funny and it makes him charming, but it's also gonna start getting old sooner rather than later.
Number 8.
While we're on the subject of Galactic Guardians, how about the eternally 80s kid, Star-Lord? Okay, calm down, hear me out. No, he's not on the list because we don't like his character or something. It's just that Chris Pratt is getting a little too big for his britches. And that's ironic because we all miss chubby Chris Pratt. You know, the Parks and Recreation Chris Pratt. Now he's all like ripped and whatever. Also, there's just too many Chris's in the cinematic universe. There's Pratt, there's Hemsworth, Evans, Eccleston, O'Dowd, Fairbanks, Sullivan. Come on, it's way too many. Kill Star-Lord.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
Number 7.
So I got a question for you guys. Does Pepper Potts have Extremis still or not? Like, I'm guessing probably not, but she could still, yeah, you know, whatever. Either way, Pepper Potts' death would be catastrophic for Tony. Pepper has been one of the only constants in Tony Stark's life. Imagine a grieving Iron Man who feels guilty for Pepper's death while also having to go head-to-head with Thanos. He's got the weight of the world on his iron shoulders, but he doesn't care about any of that. He's avenging Pepper. That is some character motivation I want to pay $10 to see. P.S. This Top 10's writer Josh's first dog was a Dalmatian named Pepper, so that would especially hit him right in the feels. My childhood Dalmatian was named Disney. Coincidence? Yep, sure is.
Number 6.
Here's the thing with Loki. I don't even care that much if he dies. I just know he's gonna die. You're a goner, pal. Sorry, buddy. Thanos be hungry for some Infinity Stones, and he wouldn't mind an Asgardian appetizer first. Maybe some Loki charms or a delicious Loki bologna sandwich. Look, it's lunchtime as I'm recording this, and I'm hungry, so just bear with me. Loki has been a great villain, probably one of the best in the MCU, but let's get real, like, no more mischief here. All Loki has ever done is fail. He fails at getting the throne, fails at the Battle of New York, he actually gets on the throne of Asgard only to get caught and called out by Big Brother. Like, Loki's going down! It's about time, and I'm looking forward to seeing Thanos turn him into Mac-a-Loki and cheese.
Number 5.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Better yet, let's talk about the human archer in the room filled with superheroes. Listen, Hawkeye, buddy, pal, chum, comrade, you've had your fun, but I think we've humored you for long enough. No amount of touching scenes with your family on your secret farm is gonna make up for how outmatched you are. Dude, you're some dude. Your best hope here is to arm yourself with the greatest weapons you can find, but you go with the bow and arrow. Cool, dude. Good luck with that. Also, where is Hawkeye? Like, he hasn't been in the trailers, he hasn't been on the posters. Where is he? Is Hawkeye already dead? He can't be dead yet. He's got to do that scene where he tries to kill Thanos with an arrow and then he gets hilariously squashed.
Number 4.
It's been 6 long cinematic years without our favorite agent of the Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division. We miss Phil Coulson, the real Phil Coulson. We want him back. We want to make things right, and we want him to die. And die for real this time. You hear me, Marvel? That doesn't mean he sacrifices himself and we mourn just for him to live on in another crappy TV show, okay? This means he actually dies and it friggin' means something. And oh yeah, I said it. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. sucks, and I'm not afraid to say it. Okay, the Ghost Rider season was alright, but otherwise, it sucks. You wanna know how I know it's terrible? Because nobody says it's a good show without some giant caveat like, you just have to skip the entire first season, or for a TV show budget, the effects are actually kinda good. No! Die, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and die, Phil Coulson.
Number 3.
Alright, I'm warning you now, I'm gonna reveal a little bit of my bias here. Captain America is my favorite MCU character. His strength and power are only matched by his integrity and humility. I love the guy. But if the future is gonna be a Steve Rogers-less MCU, then he better be dead. Give him a proper send-off and let someone else take up the mantle. Even before Steve was injected with the super soldier serum, he was willing to take one for the team and prove himself worthy to be Captain America. And to see him give it his all in Infinity War and be utterly outclassed would be the ultimate test of his unshakable character. And hey, we already know what his final line is gonna be.
I could do this all day.
Oh, don't mind me, tears are forming already. Plus, he's apparently running around calling himself Nomad these days, and there can only be one Nomad around here.
Number 2.
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, dead man. I'm honestly not sure there would be a death more significant than the Man of Iron who started it all. We know the Iron Man armor can live on, there can be an heir to the title, but to kill off Tony Stark, the OG, that would truly mark the end of an era and elevate this massive event that the MCU has been building towards for a decade. Not to mention that there have hardly been any meaningful deaths in these movies at all. Sooner or later, you have to permanently off one of these mainstays, and to do that to the shiny metal face of this mega franchise would be so epic. If Tony Stark can die, anyone can die. I could die. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die someday! We're all gonna die someday!
It's number 1.
And now, the most deserving death in the MCU. The biggest turd that the cinematic universe has to offer. A character so bad, he needs to die in Infinity War, even though he hasn't been in any of the movies. Hello, Iron Fist. And I don't care how sick you are of us complaining about Iron Fist literally everywhere on Screw Attack, this is deserved and you know it. Because who would have thought that the last Defender would be the worst offender of quality? But no, seriously, I tried to get through the Netflix series. I really, truly did. And outside of the terrible action scenes, Danny Rand himself is just an idiot. Like, come on, the other shows have been so good. How do you drop the ball this hard? The only punishment I see fit is to have the immortal Iron Fist pop up out of literal nowhere and die a swift, satisfying death by the giant hands of Thanos. Marvel, I promise you, if you kill Iron Fist in literally any movie, I will see it in the theater every single day for a month. Our secret number 11 is the not-so-secret agent behind the curtain, Nick Fury. Because imagine how awesome it would be if Nick Fury came back in Infinity War to say, like, Avengers Assemble, or something like that, and then just gets immediately eaten by a shark mid-sentence? I hate to do this to a fellow Nick, but hey, it's the only end manly enough for Sam Jackson.